Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Electronic Revolution Broadcasting Network, where tonight we're going to be covering the CEVO $1,000 TF2 tournament. Tonight's going to be on CP Granary, and tonight's combatants will be the ever so famous 20ID, and they're going to be taking on Saget in Tight. Both teams come in with a record of 1-0. Last week, 20ID had a bye, but their first opponent against Zan in Week 1, Match 1, they took that out 4-0. And Saget in Tights, they came in, they took care of their first round opponent, 4-0, beating Mufumado. And last week they had a forfeit win. So both teams may be losing their O here, one of the teams at least. And in case you don't know us, we are the e-rev, and my name is Anger, and I'll be your host tonight. Alongside with me will be Shanks. What's going on, Shanks?
Hey man, Anger, thanks for having me along. It's good to start doing some different games here. I'm really looking forward to covering TF2. It's an awesome game to play. It's so much fun in pubs. I'm really looking forward to see how the competition's going to play out for this game. I know I'm hearing some criticism like, oh no, it's just a pub game, or some people are saying this is going to be a great game for competition. So this is going to be my first time casting TF2 alongside with Anger, and doing our video cast tonight is Limek. Thanks for coming along and doing our video, Limek.
No problem. Pleasure as always.
Now tonight...
So, go ahead.
Tonight we come into CP Granary, and as you were saying, Shanks is coming from the Call of Duty area, and myself and Limek are coming from the Battlefield series, and we're going to be covering the TF2 CEVO tournament throughout each and every week. So we hope that we give you the best matches, and some of the teams I must admit I'm not familiar with. So in case you are new to this tournament or CEVO, this league, just head on over to www.e-rev.tv, hit up in the forums, and let your name be heard, and I'll make sure I get you guys casted one of the days during the weeks as this tournament goes on. This tournament, Shanks, is actually somewhat familiar or similar to a World Cup soccer type setup. They go on, have a round robin style, playing each and every team in their division, and then they go on, the winner of each division will play in the tournament, and in hopes to winning that big money there.
See, Anger, you're assuming I watch that hippie stuff called soccer, but not really. But I'm following you there, buddy. Should be pretty interesting, as we also got another match coming up on Thursday. You want to fill us in on what's going on there, Anger?
Yeah, we just got this scheduled today. We have iHot coming in. They're coming from a Battlefield series game, and they're looking to do some damage here in TF2. They're going to go up against a mighty tough foe in Comedy Option. That's going to be taking place at 10 o'clock Eastern. The pregame will start then. 10:15 will be the kickoff for this start of that match. So make sure you tune in to e-rev on Thursday evening.
Yeah, and I did want to add, for all you folks watching tonight, get your voice heard live and on the air. You can get on IRC, on the Game Surge Network, pound E-rev. Get on the Game Surge Network. You can contact myself or Anger. I'll be tabbing out most of the time in games, so I'll probably be your best shot to get your voice heard live and on the air. Just shoot me on a PM. Give me your shout out. Let the folks out there know what you want to say, and we'll definitely get that on the air for you. And also wanted to say a big thanks to Piper over at CEVO for allowing us to do these TF2 casts. We're looking forward to what should be a great tournament. This will be the first one. I'm sure if things work out well here as far as their tournament goes, they'll probably be looking into doing more. Now, looks like we have all of the Saget and Tight players on the server right now. I'll kind of give you a roster rundown there. Looks like we got Punisher, Image Omega, Pure, Tony Bone, Koa, and Paladin. And Anger, why don't you give us a rundown minus the one player on the 20ID side?
Yeah, for 20ID we have Kel, Corny, Hubris, the ever so famous Jink, and Vicodin, and we're still awaiting the last player for 20ID to load in. Again, I'm going to go over the teams really briefly here. 20ID, I mean, really, anybody that knows Battlefield series games knows this team. This team actually is coming off the Quake Wars tournament and leagues, and they're making their way into TF2. So this team actually can adapt to any game. They're just awesome to watch. usually come up with unique and great strats, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do in a different format of TF2. I mean, again, they were just devastating in Battlefield series games in Battlefield 2 and 2142, and from what I've been told, also in Quake Wars. But for Saget in Tights, I'm going to go over, again, I'm not familiar with this team, but after talking to one of their leaders there, they gave me a little rundown, so I'm going to go over it real quickly. This team, it's actually coming off a Quake 3 Rocket Arena 3 clan. That's where they originated, and they've been known to be one of the top teams, not just in North America, but pretty much in the world for QR3. So this team has been into XTGL, Cal RA3 leagues. They're not newbies here. This team is coming in, and they're very familiar with the way competition is run in different leagues. So, you know, they're coming in. 20ID is going to have their hands full. So we'll see how Saget in Tights adjusts to TF2.
Yeah, and what they're doing right now is they're taking a screenshot in the middle. It's just one of the CEVO rules right now, so they're just getting the formalities out of the way. Why don't you take a minute, Anger, and tell us about this game type, Capture Point, what we're going to be watching tonight, for those viewers who really haven't played much of this game yet.
All right, what we have here, both teams will start. The red side will start on the red side, obviously. The blue will start on the blue. They'll start what I like to call the main. I'm coming with a little BF2 grammar there. But they'll start off in their main, and their main emphasis is to get this center point. And it's in the middle there amongst a bunch of storage containers. That is the key. Now, one of the things you might see from either team, they're going to come out with 2 scouts no matter what. This is a very fast map. A lot of the flags are separated, so there's a lot of distance in between maps. So you're going to see a lot of scouts, a couple scouts, 2 soldiers, and then you'll see a medic for sure. You might get a twist of a demo, or maybe or a heavy. I apologize there. My throat was catching up there. But you might see one of those as they're pushing. Now, there's been a rule change for CEVO, actually. There's going to be no overtime. So what's going to happen here is that the first 1 to 3 will win that particular round and go and switch sides, and the first 1 to 4 will win the match. Now, if nobody can get to 3, there will be a 30-minute time limit, and then once that 30-minute time limit has been exhausted, we will move and switch sides. So there's a whole hour of game to watch unless these teams can get in and out pretty quickly.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And it looks like they do have everybody in here. Maybe no. It looks like Anger, you're taking the 20 ID side. So no, still missing one 20 ID guys. But again, did want to mention, folks, if you like what you're seeing, get on www.e-rev.tv. Register on the forums. Let us know what you think. You know, we got all kinds of stuff going on there. And also get on Pound e-rev, Pound e-rev on the Game Surge Network. We'll get you your shout-outs. Again, I'll be tabbing out, you know, during the game and getting you guys your shout-outs and get your name heard live and on the air here on e-rev TV. And, yep, looks like we're just waiting on the one guy, and I think we'll be getting things going here very shortly.
Yeah, right now I'm taking a look over here at Pound e-rev, and it's blowing up right now. A lot of people in the channel just talking about what I'm saying in Shank. So again, this is not going to be really strat people are saying. It's going to be a lot of skill. So we'll see here. A lot of people have different comments in the IRC channel, Pound e-rev. So if you want your voice heard, just make sure you get in there and talk amongst the community, as they're just really talking up a storm in here right now.
That's good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, you know, like I said, I just got this game and I've been playing it a bunch, and it's absolutely hilarious. It's you know, one of the funnest games that I've played so far, and this is, you know, coming from the Call of Duty 2 side, you know, so that's kind of what I'm used to. Of course, you'll still hear me doing shoutcasts for the Call of Duty 4. But, you know, I like this game so much, I said, Anger, you know, I want to start casting this as well. So you'll hear me doing some casts here. So if you like what you hear, and please support us. Click on our sponsors on the main page. Get on the forums. Get on Pound e-rev and idle us out. Really helps us out a lot.
Yeah, no doubt about that. As we're waiting here for the final member here, I guess he's a little late eating that dinner here, even though it's like 10 o'clock Eastern. Probably getting that last bathroom break in there and getting a little nervous, as this is the first cast for e-rev for TF2. Again, make sure you catch us this Thursday as iHot will take on Comedy Option on CP Gravel Pit. That's going to be a very entertaining match. Both teams pretty familiar with gaming competition, and we try to get only the best teams, but again, we are new to the TF2 community, and if you want your match casted, just hit us up. Go to www.e-rev.tv, join the forums, or head on over to IRC and get a hold of e-rev Anger, and I'll make sure I can get you guys scheduled. The more the merrier.
Yeah, that's right. And, I also do want to talk about, we are kind of at a transition period here at e-rev, with Call of Duty 2 pretty much dying out. Same thing with, UT 2004. But November is going to be the big month for us. So, it's great that we got TF2 coming out now, so we got some coverage. But we're going to be doing Comp 4. We're going to be in full coverage there, as well as Unreal Tournament 3. Both those games coming out in November. And we couldn't be more excited about covering all these really cool games coming out now. I got to get a new video card. In fact, I got one on the way because I can run this game, but it's not fabulous, like I want it to be. So, I got a new video card coming. So, this game runs flawlessly because it looks great right now. But I know it could be better. But with Comp 4, UT3, they're all pretty hardcore games as well. So, I'm gonna need some new hardware. So, what are you saying? You wanna hook me up with some stuff?
Oh, sure. Christmas is around the corner, so I'll just send you something then. I'll send it through the mail. Send it to Pony Express. Limek, I know you've been a little silent there, the ever so famous Lime, but you want to give us your opinion on this game, how you like it?
I think it's a very good game to pub with. Being the first one of the first matches in competition, I'll be able to witness. It's going to be interesting. I think I've had one scrim with as a ringer, and yeah, the matches can go pretty fast, or they can probably last a long time, and that's why we have a time limit. And yeah, it will be fun to see if we can have a clean sweep, one side or the other, having 4 rounds to 0. That would be interesting, and unfortunately maybe a little bit too short for us. It'd be fun to bring it up all the way to 3-3 and a tie at the end. That would be cool.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point. We are playing 2 sides of the map where they're going to switch sides. I think it's best of 3 or 30 minutes, and then they switch, and then 4 points being the winner of the match. Correct me if I'm wrong, Anger.
Yeah, it's 2-4. I'm sorry, I was checking out e-rev there on the IRC. I apologize for that. Could you say that question again?
No, actually, I was just talking about the rules of this week's match. I believe it's the best of 3, and then they switch sides. Best of 3 or 30 minutes, and then 4 points is the winner. I believe I got that correct.
Yeah, they'll play to 3 or a 30-minute round, and if nothing is accomplished by the 30-minute time limit, if they don't get to 3, then they automatically switch sides. And it looks like they're loading the server again, restarting the server. And then the sides will switch, and then if we come up with a tie, then it'll just go as a draw. There is no overtime. That rule has just been made as of today. There will be no overtime for any of these maps for the tournament for the rest of this tourney, actually.
All right, well, looks like we're still waiting. I'm going to hop over to IRC here and do some shout-outs here since we got some time. Why don't you just let me know if things go live here. I'll hop back in game here, but I'm going to alt-tab out and see what we got. Yeah, it looks like we got a little bit of action going on in the channel here. I only got one shout-out so far. This one coming from Orion21. He says, my shout-out is support the future World Series winners. Visit by Pound Color, oh man, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Color Ador Rockies. Oh, yeah. Boy, I'm a freaking idiot. Colorado Rockies. Oh, wow. Anyways, that's his shout out to Colorado Rockies. And guys, PM myself. It's e-rev Shanks, and then also hit up Anger as well. Get your shout outs live and on the air so you can hear your name. Give a shout out to your team, or in this case, a freaking baseball team. Yeah, it's kind of a sore loss for the Indians last night as Boston coming back to win all their games in a row to go to the World Series. So that's going to be starting up this week. So it should be a good World Series. But hey, we're in gaming here, guys. Let's talk about games. The electronic games that we cover here.
Yeah, right now, as we're still waiting here, and you're talking about World Series, it's just funny how Boston came back. But again, we will not talk about that. But as we, TF2 was a sleeper game. I remember not a lot of people were talking about this game, and this thing just spread like wildfire as of late. I mean, the community just blew up, and there's just a lot of teams that joined this league for CEVO, and it's actually pretty cool. I mean, I'm glad that it took off the way it did. It's actually a very fun game. I love playing it. Fast action, and what more can you ask for? I mean, when you can get beat down by a baseball bat or a broken bottle, I mean, hey, you can't beat that with a stick.
Yeah, that's right. And, I had really not heard of this game much before, the last week or two. I know I'd seen some people playing the beta and whatnot, but, they really didn't market this game all that much except for including it in the orange box, or you can buy it through Steam. But they didn't have this heavy marketing campaign like COD 4 and UT3 are doing. But it looks like it's a pretty big success as far as I'm concerned right now. As like you said, CEVO had to change their the amount of teams they could let in. I think they did it twice or three times because they just got overloaded with teams that want to compete in this tournament. So it's going to be a hard-fought $1,000. For the prize money here.
Yeah, and again, even though 20ID is one of those, this higher-end competition team, I'm going to be very interested to see how they adjust to TF2. Again, they can adjust to pretty much any game. They're pretty dedicated to their craft, but TF2 a little bit different. We'll see how they come up with their strats, and they have the skill. I mean, they pretty much recruit all the top talent. And they're up again. They're the upper echelon of teams, so we'll see what happens. And again, we're just waiting for one of their members here. So I hope, we apologize for you staying up late here, but we can blame this on 20ID a little bit as they're trying to get their other member in. I'm not exactly sure why he or she is not in. They haven't really given an explanation, but nevertheless, just hang in there. We'll get it to you. Looks like Sagan and Tights are ready. They're just kicking back, relaxing, just playing around, waiting till this last hot member gets in.
Yeah, and 20ID is going to have a tough time holding up their big name if they're going 5-on-6 disadvantage here. So they're going to make it hard on themselves unless they get the sixth player in here. And I thought I remember seeing 6 in here earlier, so I don't know what happened to their sixth player or if that was just a ring or something else. But we'll see. But they have 15 minutes until after game
there he
time.
is.
And there you have it, just connected. So I'll run you through the roster. We got Kel, Newbie, Corny, Hubris, Jink, I believe it is, and Vicodin. Those are the 6 players for 20ID. Things should be starting here pretty quickly. So glad you guys are with us tonight. We hope to be giving you some good coverage for Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, I'm going to be covering the 20ID side, and my man Shanks will be covering SIT, but we'll pretty much giving both sides of the story, so we'll make sure we get all the action to you. And again, if there's any problems with the video or anything like that, just hit us up on Pound e-rev, and we'll make sure we take care of that. We want to make sure that your viewing experience is the best here at e-rev. All right, so we're just waiting here. They're getting their little photos here, their photo opt between the two teams, make sure everything's kosher. And we should be starting in a few here. Look like SIT was actually burning a couple members there. A little sportsmanship.
I gotta say, it's good covering a new game too because everybody's going to be a legit player right off the bat. You look at Counter-Strike and COD 2. It's starting to get a little bit ridden with cheaters and whatnot. But love seeing new games because the competition is level and everything's going to be pretty fair right off the bat. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, looks like we're having another problem. 20ID's having a little bit of issues. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Looks like SIT is patiently waiting. And we're just going to go silent for a little bit here just so we can find out exactly what's going on. And looks like we're restarting the server once again. So we apologize for the inconvenience. We're just trying to figure out what is going on, just the same as you guys. So we'll try to fill you in as the information comes in or as soon as we read it.
Time has been
All right, as they're setting up here, we have, looks like 20ID is going to take the red side, and the blue side will be Saget in tights. So I think they're about getting set up here. They're getting ready for Jink.
Like I said, you're going to have to bear with me since this is my first time casting this. You know, we don't really have all the points really labeled yet. We're kind of waiting for the community to start doing that. We'll do our best here.
And we're ready to go live. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So we have the 2-scout push, at least from 20ID side, hitting on over. They're going to hit the neutral point as we speak. So the neutral point will be the first contested area that we're going to take a look at as both teams will move into this area. So we're going to hover on over to the neutral center point right now. Looks like 20ID is first one on the scene of the crime. So right now, scout on scout crime right now. Just going at it right now. Nobody really getting any hit. Looks like Sit is on the flag, but they actually got moved off. But there we have Hubris taking the first shot on Tony Bone there with a nice rocket placement. We have Punisher taking Newbie out with a shotgun, so he's moving on with a nice scout move there. And Corny with assistance from Hubris taking out Paladin. Vicodin taking out Pure. And Image Omega taking out Jeek with the Sentry gun. So right now the Heavy got taken out by Vicodin, and it looks like 20ID is on the point. They're bringing a medic and 2 soldiers to assist. But right now we have a spy taking out the medic, but he got taken out. That was Koa. Nice move by him. What are you seeing over there, Shanks?
No, I just saw the same thing you did. They're taking that middle capture point right now, so 20ID in pretty good shape. They got a lot of frags right now as Cal has got leading the 20ID side with a score of 5. Everybody on set, there's only 4 with 1 point, so they're starting to move in to the blue section here as we got, let's see, how about 3 guys moving into the area of the first capture point of the blue here. So a lot of battle going down here, and looks like Sid is playing defensive side, but they've taken down a few of the 20ID guys, so they're keeping that capture point. But it looks like 20ID is also moving in through the upper level into the first capture point of Saget and Tights here. Nobody sitting on the capture point right now. Just a lot of dust going on as 20ID just raking up the kills right now as Newbie and Jake all getting kills and make that Viking and Corny and Newbie getting kills of their own. So they are just racking up the points right now. They have captured the point. They're going for the last one. They're looking to make the score here as again 20ID moving in and not a whole lot going on for the Saget and Tights guys. They're spawning right now. And let's see where the battle's at. And back over to you, Angular. What are you seeing?
Yeah, they're going to be pushing into the central point again, and I got to give 20ID much props there for that push. I mean, they were just ultra aggressive, and they just really took it to Saget and Tights. I don't know if Saget and Tights knew what hit them right there because, again, 20ID was just vicious. I mean, they're just slapping around Saget and Tights right now. And as the battle is taking place here on the center point, again, between the blue and the red, but Saget and Tights is actually on the point. But Tony Bone gets taken out by Newbie and Jink, and we have 2 soldiers from the 20ID side getting on the point alongside their medic getting assisted. Punisher gets taken out by Hubris, Corny taken out Pure, and again this point has not been taken quite yet. Again, right now we have 20ID leading this 1-0 in the first round. Oh, a nice spy knife there by Koa taking out Newbie. Again, this is still neutral. We have Hubris on the point, and he gets it for his team for 20ID. So 3 points to 2 right now, as 20ID is going to be pushing into the blue side warehouse right now. We'll see if Sit can put a defensive posture around that warehouse side. What do you have, Shanks?
Well, I'm not seeing a whole lot, but again, 20ID is leading the match now 1-0, as Corny is just doing some serious damage to the Saget and Tights as he's leading the scoreboard at 12 points, as the rest of Saget and Tights pretty much, we got Peter up on top with 5, so 20ID just doing a huge amount of damage here. As again, the 20ID looks like they're starting to make a rush back into the blue area here. Looks like Saget and Tights is going to be hitting, yeah, we're going to have a big battle going on here, pretty close to the middle here. Saget and Tights is starting to make their push towards the middle, as a lot of kills are going down. We got Tony Bone and Image Omega getting kills on the Saget and Tights, as Here we are. We're making our way back into the middle. You're just going to see a lot of action here in the middle because that's really the contested point. 20ID kind of backing off. Looked like they were going to make their way into the blue area, but now they have backed off a little bit. But again, the middle capture point is in 20ID's hands as everybody's kind of organizing an offense here. We are back in the middle. That's what I'm kind of watching right now. There's a lot of kills going down. Corny getting a rocket kill on Pure, and now Hubris and Corny getting kills of their own. Hubris getting another kill. So Pure sitting on top at 7, but Corny's still on top for 20ID with 14 points. And now we're watching 20ID make their push into the blue area here, so it looks like they are making a little bit further advance in the blue area. So we are going to have a battle go down at the first Sagan Tights capture point. Looks like we do have a scout that's right on it right now, trying to capture that point. A lot of rockets going out, a lot of big action. Looks like they are going to get this as 20ID's trying to make their way. They have captured that capture point, so they're trying to get their last way into that capture point here. And looks like it's going to go in 20ID's favor, Anger.
Well, yeah, right now we have SIT getting right back on the blue warehouse point right now. So they did a nice job of recovering, but they need to get that neutral point. But 20ID, we have a sniper appearance on the second floor. He's getting some nice headshots. And right now, it's 3 points to 2. And 20ID is right back onto the blue side warehouse. And actually, they stepped off of it. So Pure is going to get that point right back in their favor for Sagan and Tights. And now they have a heavy on in the scene of the crime here. Image Omega doing some damage right now alongside Tony Bone. Nice defense there of the blue warehouse. So Sagan and Tights doing a nice defensive job this second round here as 20ID is actually trying to push back in. Again, 20ID is up 1-0. This is the second round or second phase in the first round, I should say. And right now we have Image Omega alongside their medic trying to push out, just really keeping a defensive posture. And 20ID is really camping them in right now in the blue warehouse. They're just being ultra aggressive right now. We have Image Omega and Pierre taking out Hubris and Vicodin. So nice job, nice double kill of him by the Sentry gun. 20ID is on the point, but actually Pierre and Image Omega is dominating Jink there. So Jink got taken out. And with 4 minutes 36 seconds left in this second phase here, still 3 points to 2, and 20ID is really just holding off right now. They're just getting their guys together to make another aggressive push. But right now we have, it's Ubered. They got the heavy on the point. Pierre and Image Omega is Ubered at the minute here. They're on the point. They actually came off the point, and we have. Right now, 20ID is just really confusing them right now because SIT is just moving around. They just should have stayed on that point because they had a spy for backup. But now we have a scout on the scene of the crime here in the center neutral point. What do you have over there, Shank?
Well, I'm seeing the same thing you are, and this is actually looking like a close game as 20ID is still only leading 1-0. And again, we only got 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Looks like we do have a blue on the main capture point right now, but he backs off because he sees somebody up on the catwalks. Looks like there's a sniper for 20ID that's sitting right up above the capture point, as well as another, looks like we got a soldier with a rocket sitting right up on top of the capture point. So they're defending this middle capture point really well. SIT is doing their damnedest to try and get in and capture this, because again, this is turning out to be a fairly close game, as they have been, Sagan Tights has been holding off the 20ID side here for a little while, so it looks like they're back in the game, but they have to make this push and start getting into the red zone and capture that middle capture point. And here we go. We got 3 minutes left until we switch sides here. Again, it's only 1-0. Back over to you, Anger.
Yeah, right now we had a 20ID push. We had a scout from 20ID on the blue warehouse point, but that got taken out right now. So they're actually, 20ID is being aggressive once again. They're going to be pushing this blue warehouse point. And right now, just a bloodbath taking place here on the right-hand side, which would be the southern portion of the map, or excuse me, the eastern portion. And right now, it looks like 20ID just kind of fell back a little bit as they were trying to push in. They're actually getting meted up right now. But I have to give big props to Kel, the medic for 20ID. He is just doing an outstanding job as a medic, keeping his teammates fully charged and not dying. So he's doing an excellent job. But as I say that, he just got taken out by Punisher. But right now we have Saget and Tights on the point. Actually, they just exited the center neutral area, which is 20ID has in charge of, and right now we have Sit just really applying some pressure actually. So actually they woke up this second phase here, Shanks, and they're doing a nice job here, really just doing a nice job against 20ID, and they are on the point right now with 4 members. Will they get this up? It's halfway theirs, and they should be getting this up in a little bit. Nice job by Saget in Tights with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Very key, very nice job by them. So they're going to be applying some pressure here, I'm sure of it, to keep 20ID on their heels. What do you have, Shane?
No, I'm seeing the same thing you are, as Second Tights doing a great job. They're getting a middle capture point. Now they're making the rush into the red zone here, as we have Punisher took down Jink, doing a great job there. As now 20ID's on its heels, as the Second Tights is moving their way into the first red capture point here, and we got a scout and a soldier sitting right on top of this capture point. Looks like they're going to grab this one, and don't know if they're going to get another play, but we got a scout now moving into the spawn area, the last red capture point. But oh no, that was I can't remember who that was. It looks like it was Flaming Bone. I went down to Jink here, as Punisher is now dominating right now. But go ahead, Anger.
Yeah, wow, I have to give much props to Saget and Tights. They just took it to 20ID, and I mean, they just laid a smackdown on them, clubbed them like a baby seal in that second phase there. Nice job by Saget and Tights. Wow, nice job by them. They woke up a sleeping giant, it looked like, at least for that second phase. Now we're into the third phase here. The score is 1-1, and nice job. Wow.
Yeah, and as usual, as things are going on right now, there's some complaining about people pinging and hopping around a little bit. I don't see any outrageous pings except for Punisher, so they got to be complaining about him, as he's sitting there with 140 ping or so. And now it is tied up 1-1. So we'll see what happens here, as again the big battle's going down in the middle capture point. Oh, as I thought 20ID was going to take it, but now they're hopping back on it. It looks like they're going to take this middle capture point and start making their way over to the blue area, and they have taken it down. And here you go, 20ID making a push into the blue zone here, taking advantage of the kills that they got, because right now Second Tights got 3 guys dead, only 2 guys alive. Everybody's waiting to respawn. So 20ID doing a great job of taking advantage of that right here as they move into the first blue capture point, and they take it down. Wow, they're looking to actually take this third point here in really quick fashion. But we do have a couple 20ID guys up in the warehouse on the top level, doing a great job. But no, Saget and Tights recapturing their point, so things stay relatively even, as again 20ID does have the middle capture point. But 20ID, all 3 of them working their way into the warehouse right now, trying to get their way in, as everybody's all bunched up. But I do have to say that Pierre was doing a great job as a medic. He was sitting at 20 points. He was on top of the leaderboard with Saget and Tights, so obviously doing his job as a medic. But you know, Kel doing the same thing, as on the leaderboard things are looking a bit even, as Paladin's got 24 and Corny has got 24 as well. So things even up quite a bit after a very dominating start from 20ID, Anger.
Yeah, one of the things, Shanks, that I'm noticing what Sit did in the second phase into this third is using the spy to take out Kel, the medic for 20ID, because again, as I was stating earlier, the medic is just doing an outstanding job for 20ID, but that hasn't been as of late, because they're using that spy and keeping him pretty much, you know, on the ropes there, as you would say. But right now we have Saget and Tights on the center point right now in the storage facility here, and right now 20ID only has a scout that's contested them at the moment. They almost have this flag in their favor, and they do. So nice job by Saget and Tights, really turning the tide here and getting that central point. And with 5 minutes and 53 seconds left, enough time to get to that final point here. So they're trying to move into the warehouse now of the red side. And we're going to see here that actually 20ID has come out and actually outside to contest them. But it looks like Sat is just really not taking anything for 20ID. They're just, ooh, as I say that, Jink, nice double kill on Paladin and Tony Bone. And again, taking out Punisher. Jink doing a nice triple kill there. Jink really owning it up right now.
Yeah, you know, Sagan Tights did a great job getting through that grain elevator and into the warehouse, but as soon as they got in there, 20 ID just went ballistic on them, took almost everybody out, as now Sagan Tights has respawned. They're working their way back right into the middle, and we have a gun battle going down in the middle, as Tony Bone with a shot, he takes down Vicodin and keeps that middle capture point alive for the Sagan Tights team, as 20 ID is trying to find their way back in, as they're trying to get in the grain elevator. I can't see what side it's on. I don't even think I have a compass here, so I can't tell which entrance they're going in here. But we do have a big battle going down with Sagan Tights trying to make their way into the warehouse. As 20ID is backtracking right now. They're on their heels. They only have one guy in there. Looks like Sagan Tights is going to take down this capture point, and they're looking to take the lead here, as now they have taken down the capture point. They're moving their way into the last one. 20ID is going to have a tough time here, as everybody's Ubered right now, and it looks like they are going to get it. Oh, man. And blue team gets it. They get the win for the half. Wow, what an unbelievable rush by Sagan Tights as they take the lead 2-1. And we're going to switch sides here. Anger, your comments.
Well, you know, one of the things I have to give props on from Sagan Tights is Koa. He's not really doing like a lot of stuff on the leaderboard, but he's doing the intangibles. He's like the workhorse here. He's gone as a spy. He's taken out the medic of Kel. He's gotten on the last capture point there that got the last one started. I mean, he's just the utility man for this team, and I got to give him some kudos because he's done a nice job here. As the battle takes place in the central point right now, the neutral point between the blue and the red, 20 ID again going against Sagan Tights here on e-rev, week number 2 and match number 3 here on CP Granary, in case you're just joining us. Right now we have Sagan Tights on the central point. This is the first, because usually 20 ID has been the first to get this point, but looks like Sagan Tights is going to have control here, and they do. So they have 3 points to 2 right now. And Sagan Tights, nice job by Pierre and Image Omega getting that central point. So now they're going to push back into the red warehouse point here. And again, you know, 20 ID really must have surprised Sagan Tights in that first phase, because right now Sagan Tights is a beast right now, and they cannot be stopped. We have an Uber right now with a soldier and a medic on the warehouse red point right now, and that is Pierre. And I'm trying to make out the other name, but it looks like 20 ID is going to stop that. But we have a scout appearance from the Sagan Tights, and it looks like everything's been taken out. Looks like 20 ID is going to take control of that warehouse point. But as I'm saying that, it looks like Sagan Tights is pushing back again, Shanks, and they're just not letting the foot off the gas there, Shanks.
No, absolutely not. And one of the things that I've noticed that 20 ID isn't doing is they haven't been taking advantage of elevation. You know, I'm not seeing them up high trying to defend that middle capture point as they have before with, you know, Sniper and some other people. Is they're just in a rut right now, just trying to defend their own capture point here on the red side. And they have not really been close to that middle capture point here, as again we're in the red warehouse, but everybody's still backtracking right now, trying to figure out how to defend this Sagan Tights team, who just seem to be on a wonderful offense right now. Now, 20 ID, now they're down 2 men, actually make that 3 they have back in the game, as a lot of people going down here. Sagan Tights, again, making their push into the red capture point. The Heavy's doing a great job. Hubris, again, on top of 20 ID with 30 points here. But, I mean, look over at the Sagan Tights team. You got Paladin at 42 points. You know, at the beginning of this match, it almost looked like 20 ID was going to run away with this with the amount of kills they were getting. But now, the tables have turned. Sagan Tights in the lead 2-1. Again, we need 4 to win the match here, so they're not too far off. As the Sagan Tights team is starting again their move in, as some big kills coming down as Image Omega taking down Hubris here, and it looks like they're trying to take this red capture point. And Anger, what are you seeing on your side?
Yeah, right now we have Sagan Tights trying to get into the point here on the warehouse red side. We have Image Omega alongside Pierre, and as I was giving kudos to Kel as a medic, Pierre is doing an outstanding job as well as a medic, keeping his team really rezzed here and meted up here, and they take control of the 4th point here, and they're going to move into the main of 20 ID. 20 ID, I'm very surprised, and Orion, you know, sent a text here in IRC stating the same thing. 20 ID is really making a lot of mistakes here as of late, and they're just, I'm very surprised at this, because Sagan Tights, ooh, Kel with a Koa, another knife there on Newbie.
Oh,
Koa
wow.
is a beast right now, and
They're going to take it.
Right now, Saget and Tights is on the point. Cal got revenge on Punisher, and that is it. Wow, Saget and Tights gets that 3-1. They're going to be switching sides, and I mean, Koa, even though Paladin is really beasting it up with 47 points. I mean, Koa, I can't say enough about this guy. This guy is just getting behind the 20 ID defenses and just knifing anybody he needs to knife, and he's doing an outstanding job here. So, wow, I mean, Shanks, first cast and out of the box, and this is just a barn burner here. Great matchup here. I love it. I love the action. I love this game, man. It's great.
Man, I was just going to say the same exact thing. As this is intense to watch. This is really a lot of fun. I love this game type. It's really interesting the way things are timed out with the respawns and everything else. And it's I think we can put to bed any kind of negative comments that this game is not worthy of competition as it is so far. And now we're going to be going into round 5. Looks like Saget and Tights only needs one more, and they're going to take the big W here, Anger.
Yep, we're just waiting for the last one. And looks like they have this center point here. Now I'm a little baffled. I need to look this up. Maybe someone can correct me on this. But it looks like they're battling out for the last one. I thought...
You know, I thought they switched sides, but, you know, again, we're new at this, and I'm not sure how the rule set is, but it looks like they are in full effect right now battling. I thought they were going to switch sides at this point, but I guess not. So we're just going to go ahead and continue casting it the way things are. Why don't you pick us up to where we're sitting at, Anger?
Yeah, right now 20 ID is trying to get onto their warehouse flag right now and take full, even though they have control of it, there is a slight, I would say about 2% percentage there that Sit has it, but they're going to get that back in their full control there of the red warehouse side. I thought they were supposed to switch sides, so hopefully someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I may be wrong. I do make mistakes, but it looks like Saget and Tights is moving back into the red warehouse side again, red warehouse point. And right now, Tony Bone taking out Vicodin. We have Corny and Kale taking out Pierre there. So Pierre, the medic, getting taken out. We have Jeek taking out Tony Bone. And right now, well, looks like it's going to be pretty much of a stalemate as of right now. 20 ID is just trying to get their players into a good position here as they attack the center point. And I don't see anybody quite yet, but Saget and Tights is really defending the central point now. They pretty much held off from pushing out, but now 20 ID is making an appearance, Shanks, and we have a heavy alongside a medic here. We have, it looks like we have Newbie alongside Kale here. And they're trying to, no Uber. Oh, we got the Uber late there.
Oh, wow.
And Saget and Tights is trying to save that last position here, but we do have a soldier that's Ubered with the medic Kale. And they're going to get this point. They have it 3/4 in their favor, and they will.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to get it. They are going to get it, so now the rush is on towards blue side. 20 ID doing a great job there. There's a huge battle in the middle, and they come out on top. Now we do have a actually a soldier with a medic are the only ones really pushing up right now. The rest of their team is way behind because they're the late ones to spawn. And here we go. No, there's a scout just sitting up on top of that first blue capture point, and we have a huge battle going down on the first blue capture point, but it looks like Saget and Tights is going to defend that really well, and they're going to move their way back towards the middle pet capture point by the granary as blue team is moving through the granary. But 20 ID is just sitting there waiting, and lots of kills happening as Tony Bone and Corny trade kills, and Punisher getting a shot at kill of his own. And here we go as looks like blue is
Shanks,
going to get back that middle capture point. But go ahead, Anger.
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt, but I do have a confirmation from Orion and Warchild Primal. They did, it is confirmed that they do have to switch sides, so they are doing it wrong here. But nonetheless, I mean, the action is still taking place. So I want to thank those two people in the e-rev IRC. And thanks for that info. Appreciate it, guys. So we weren't wrong there, Shank, so we did it right. So again, right now, looks like we have Saget and Tights moving in. They're having a big battle right now. I guess you would say the left-hand side of 20 ID. We have a scout, a medic, and 2 soldiers for 20 ID. They're being met by 1 scout, and that's Paladin. He's taking out Vicodin. Huber is taking out Punisher with the shotgun there. And 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in this phase here, the 4th and final, if Saget can win it. If not, 20 ID could. Ooh, Image Omega taking out Newbie, and that heavy just got splattered all over the crates there. 5 minutes left in this particular phase here. And Shanks, what are you seeing?
No, I'm actually following Paladin right now, and I tell you what, he must have some UT experience because he's great at jumping around and getting that rocket launcher and getting the kills. He's sitting on top at 63 points, so he's just a great player right now. As again, the 20 ID guys just trying to defend. Has the looks like Sagan Tights has captured the first red capture point, and they're moving in, looking for the win here, as 20 ID is just going to do their damnedest here to defend this last point, as we've got a couple of Ubered blue players in here. They're getting on the point. They're going for the win. They got a heavy sitting on there.
Wow.
He goes down, and it looks like they're going to take it. Has all kinds of stuff going on, and there you have it. Sagan Tights the winner here. They take that last round.
Wow.
It's 4-1 over 20 ID. What a turn of events here.
Wow, wow, wow. Sagan and Tights, my hat goes off to you. That was an excellent match there. Wow, all I have to say is wow. I'm very surprised at how 20 ID played. That is not the 20 ID that I know, but I got to give kudos to Sagan and Tights. They just really laid the lumber to 20 ID. I mean, after that first round or first phase, I mean, after that point, it's just been all Sagan and Tights. And, you know, for Ironman of the match, we usually do this in Battlefield. I got to do it in TF2, Shanks. For the Ironman of the match, I mean, it's between the Spy and the Medic for Sagan and Tights. Is it Pierre or Koa? I'm going to have to give it to Pierre. This guy's the Medic. I mean, this guy stayed alive, Ubered his teammates at the very precise moment he needed to be Ubered. I can't say enough about him. So if you want, I mean, what do you say on that?
You know, I'm gonna go with the soldier. The last one I was talking about, I think it was Paladin. Maybe I'm out of the game, so I can't get the rundown. But just watching him, it was just phenomenal with that rocket launcher, just doing some huge damage with that. But Sagan and Tights, man, what a turnaround! As it looked like 20 ID right off the bat, they came out of the gate and they started dominating. I thought it was going to be a quick match, and then Sagan and Tights, they just kept it real close, and then they started running away with it round after round. There, as again they come off with a win, 4-1 over 20 ID.
Yeah, right now I'm going to try to get, if anybody from Sagan and Tights, one of the reserves or bench players is listening to the cast, please have them hit on over to pound e-rev. I want to make sure I get Pierre on as the Ironman of the match. I want to give them interview here because, I mean, they earned it. I mean, the Ironman of the match just did an outstanding job. So in the meantime, Shanks, if you wanted to give some shout-outs right now, if you have them.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, no, I
go ahead, and
have
I'll try to get my man, the Ironman of the match right now.
All right, sounds good. Again, thank everybody for being on the channel. Looks like it was a very successful first cast for e-rev on a Team Fortress 2 side, so you guys can look forward to seeing many, many more of these casts as we are moving in a new phase here at e-rev with the new games coming out. And thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and get over to IRC, see what we got. 4 shout-outs right now. Got one from ZT Glitch, just giving us some suggestions there, so thanks for those. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for giving us your shout out here. Got one going over to Spank Me. It says shout out to 20 ID, go 20 ID, and he had a suggestion about another guy. His name is G Inc. You know, it's kind of hard to pronounce some of these weird names once in a while. We do our best, you know, we get them right most of the time. But thanks for the shout out there. Spank Me got one coming from ID John. He says, hey, shout out, I love Dyslexia TF2 team. Yippee-ki-yay. John Boy loves his team. And he's got another shout out. He says, shout out to team, I love Dyslexia, please. John loves his team. So there, you got both your shout outs there. I got to kind of do these on the fly. I don't get to read them ahead of time. So got another one coming in from Skull Forest here saying, thanks for the coverage. This game owns. And Scout on Scout action is awesome. So there you go, Skull Forge. There's your shout out. You're famous now. Got another one coming in from Free Agent Laser. Where have you been? There are always too many cheaters. Yeah, but you know what? Like I said, the game has just started, so I certainly hope people aren't figuring out cheats for this game just yet. But you know, we always strive for a clean game to watch here. You know, it's best for everybody. But anyways, Laser, thanks for your shout out here, and got one from XH and. Wow, I don't even know how to pronounce your name. But anyways, here's your shout-out. Said he'd like to make a shout-out. That Skullforged is a noob. All right, there you go. And got one from Alamode. Says if you can give a shout-out to TCP Lukers, if you would. Tell him Charlie Chaplin won't stop texting you about Alamode's crits. And anyways, moving on. Got more coming in. Got one from e-rev Mike. Hey Mike, how you doing? Thanks for watching tonight. He says, shout out, long time, no talk. Still got a sexy voice, nice cast. So thanks for you fans out there giving us shout outs, giving us comments. We love hearing them, so keep them coming in. And let's see, got one more here from Redman from XIL. Shout out to Anime Man. I love him. So that's it for shout outs. I got some repeat ones in there. But anyways, I'm going to turn it over to you, Anger, and do your shout outs, and hopefully we can get player of the match in here.
Yeah, I gave him the info. I gave it to one of the members there from Saget and Tights. And let me tell you, I have a lot of shout outs. I'm getting bombarded, but I love it, and I'll make sure I get each and every shout out across the air. The first one is from Ack. You'll be seeing his team next week against IHOT, or excuse me, this Thursday against IHOT. That'd be Comedy Option. He wants to give a shout out to his sponsors, Dharma Cafe, Kickwave, and No Shoe. And he just says, "You effing rock. Thanks for the cast." And we'll be casting his team again this Thursday against IHOT at 10 o'clock Eastern. And we got a shout out from Redman. He's saying that this is definitely not an upset, so okay, thank you, and we have just experienced that. Now I'm trying to get through this here. We have one from John. Good job tonight shouting. And yes, they should have switched half though, and the 20 IDs deserve to lose for choosing the wrong classes. Yeah, they did switch it up a little bit. I was very surprised they went sniper as a defensive posture, but again, these are, you know, some of the strats are new and a lot of teams are new to this, but again, I'm just very surprised how 20 ID played, and Saget and Tights is no joke whatsoever. These guys are a beast, and we're waiting for the Iron Man to come in, so let me make sure he has the info. I have a couple more shout outs before that. We have shout out to all of e-rev for taking time to cast this match and for changing it up instead of casting the same games over and over again. No doubt about that, Lizard. Thank you. And let me see here to make sure. Shout out, this is from Irwin. Shout out to 20 ID. Needs to put Alex in from Irwin. All right, thanks, Irwin. That's a BF2 guy there. BF2. Okay, this is from Team American. This is from Socialism. BF Battlefield teams can't play Steam games. That's my shout out. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. And let me see here. Let me. Oh, here he is. Take it away real quick, Shanks, and I'm going to talk to the Iron Man. Make sure he's kosher, sound, and everything. And if you got any last minute shout outs.
Nope, don't have a whole lot more shout-outs, but we are getting all kinds of recommendations on how we could do our coverage, and we love hearing that because we want you guys to get your best coverage. So, you know, if you guys want to get on our forums and throw some suggestions down on what we can do better, we'll definitely do that. Appreciate you guys' comments. Get on www.e-rev.tv, click on the forums link or /forums, and we stay active in there. And, you know, if you could support us, Idle, our channel, pound e-rev on the Game Surge Network. We appreciate you guys being on here. Appreciate all the chatting going on in the channel. Love watching all of it, as we usually get 4H casts, and I think Team Fortress 2 is here to stay. And it looks like we did bring Pure in the channel. Pure, great job tonight. You do get the player of the match tonight. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for the award. It means a lot to me.
Well, the first question I have, Bradford, as the Iron Man of the match, first off, Saget and Tights, again, I come from the Battlefield series, but you guys are no joke. How did you guys prepare for this? Did you guys do a lot of scrimming and whatnot to get prepared for this? And the second question is, have you heard of 20 ID before?
To be perfectly honest, we didn't do much scrimming on granary, but I don't know. We've all played together in multiple games, and I don't know. When you know how to play with one or another, it's really not that hard. Just like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. There's not much to do.
Roger that. So as you go into the next week, is there any teams out there that you scrimmed or came across that might pose some threat to you guys or anything? Or do you guys just, I mean, you guys are a beast. I mean, the way you guys are playing, it looks like no one's going to stop you guys in the Atlantic Division.
In our specific division, our 20ID was the biggest threat, and as you just saw, I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played great, but I don't know. I had a lot of confidence in sit, and I mean, it was just about performing when the time arises, and I guess we did pretty well. I'm still kind of shocked that we beat them 4-1, but you can't complain, you know. But your question about favorites and threats, I don't know. Everyone knows about the Doctors. They're good. They're solid. I mean, they're one of the first teams we scrimmed, and I don't know. When we play matches and we play scrims, we're just like, okay, like the Doctors are coming up, 20 IDs coming up, and you just play the best you can do and just have some fun.
Now, absolutely. Now, what do you have to say to the critics that this isn't going to be a good competition game? It's really just a pub fest.
You know, I don't really read up on Team Fortress that much. I know that I enjoyed a lot. I come from Quake 3. Quake 3 is pretty much a dead game. I don't know. You know what? We'll see what happens. You know, the sponsors seem to be throwing together a lot of tournaments. There's a lot of money in it. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but personally I feel it's definitely going to be around for a while.
All right, one of the last questions that I have for you is, well, not really a question, but if you want to give any shout-outs, or actually I do have a question just posed from one of the viewers. Did you guys know to switch sides after 3? Was there some confusion in that, or did you guys just roll with it and say, screw it, just stay at the same sides?
When you say sides, do you mean classes or red team and blue team?
No, what I mean by red and blue, you guys switch sides after the 3rd ticket, I guess you can say?
I'm not really totally sure about that. I'm sure in the future we'll do that, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't really read up on it that much. It just like, I don't know, we just kind of like show up, but Chris will let us know.
Wow, for just showing up, man, you guys are a beast. You guys want to give any shout-outs or anything to the people out there in the cyber world, sponsors, anything?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's only one guy in my mind, and that's Rowdy Rem. I'm kind of sad he couldn't play tonight, but he'll be around next match. We'll see what happens. And sponsors, I mean, we're not really sponsored. I mean, we have a good time, play some TF2, but if anyone wants to sponsor us, go ahead, guys, you know what I mean?
By all means, huh?
We'll see what happens, though. Yo, thanks a lot for the interview, guys. It's going to be cool. We'll see what happens in the next weeks. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, and appreciate your input here. And again, this is what was our first cast. We're getting a lot of positive feedback, so thanks to all you guys tuning in. Again, we got a match coming up Thursday. I should be around for that one. I'm not sure if I will or not. I may have to work. But anyways, we're going to be there. We're going to be casting it. And I got a couple last shout-outs here, and then I think I'm pretty much done here. I don't know. What about you, Anger?
No, just again, just make sure you tune in Thursday night. iHot versus Comedy Option, 10 o'clock Eastern, right here on e-rev. And that'll be myself and Limek and maybe Shanks, but we'll get somebody else in. And again, Bradford, you know, Ironman of the match, great job to you and your team. Well, I'm sure, guaranteed, we'll see you guys in the future, and we'll cast you guys again. You guys are very entertaining and very fun to watch, so make sure you guys pay attention to Saget and Tights. The name will fool you. Don't sleep on these guys. All right, until next time, this is Anger with Limek and Shanks. We'll say goodnight, and we'll see you Thursday for more CEVO TF2 $1,000 tournament action. See you then.
Yeah, and y'all stay classy at TF2.
And don't forget, the cake is a lie. Good night, guys.